Brother,
Hello.
what's up?
How's it going?
Oh, I'm here.
Me too.
I'm here and I'm alive because I'm still alive, even though last night,
You had an interesting evening, did you?
oh, for fuck's sakes. Dude, I haven't been that shit faced in a while.
Oh,
I
what,
drank like 10, at least. I drank at least 10 double whiskey gingers last night.
ouch.
Oh,
That sounds like a rough morning.
oh, God. You know what? It wasn't that bad, man. I got up this morning and I was like, all right. It's either gonna be a good day or it's gonna be a really fucking bad day. I got up, I started doing my thing, doing this, doing that, the next thing, and then I got a little bit green.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, I need to chill. And then I got back up because I couldn't sit down and I cleaned my whole fucking salon.
Damn.
Spotless, dude.
Good for you. You
Yeah,
wouldn't catch
so
me doing that shit.
yeah.
I'd be
Well,
comatose for a whole day.
last night was interesting, man. Mikey was belly dancing, like belly dancers at there's a restaurant downtown called the Sultan's Tent.
Yeah.
It's fucking good food, dude. It's awesome. We got like double round of appetizers because the
Yeah.
appetizers were so good.
Yeah.
So we got double round of appetizers, and then we got our meals, and it was like, oh, dude, the shrimp was the size of my hand.
Love that.
Yeah, bro. And then they have belly dancers, and they came and Mikey and Joe danced with belly dancers. It was and Liz did too. I was not. I was like, I am way too fucking fat to get up there and dance with these skinny bitches. you know?
Budala.
Yeah,
Budala.
I
Budala.
definitely would have looked like fucking Buddha. Jesus Christ. She was like, come. I was like, no,
No, not
no,
today.
I'm not that dumb. I can,
I'm drunk,
but
but I'm not that drunk.
but Mikey and Joe and Liz did a great job. Like Mikey did a really good job.
I'm sure you would have too.
I was only maybe two or three whiskey gingers in at
Oh,
that point.
okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but and then we played pool. We went to like this little like bar, but it was really cool. Like they had a fireplace and shit in there and pool tables and
That's pretty
that's when
sweet.
yeah, man, that's when like the real shit happened though. I started pounding them back and we were playing pool
Yeah.
and I got a couple balls in the pocket, and I was proud of myself, dude. I was like, "Holy fuck, I'm a roll, bro." We lost
That's
every
s-
game except for the last one, and only because Mikey fucking scratched the ball.
wait. Did you say that you lost or won every game?
We lost. Me and Joe lost every
I was
game
gonna
to the
say when you
Rodriguez's.
say that you've got a couple of the balls in the holes, that
Mikey's a sniper, though, dude,
oh, is he? Okay.
and Liz is good at everything she does. So you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like everything that woman does, she's good at. So
Yeah.
like she was playing, her and Mikey were playing pool, and they were just kicking our asses. I'm like, I'm so sorry, Joe. He's
Aw.
like, you're good. I'm like,
Oh,
no,
wait,
I'm not.
wait. So you guys got the good players on one team and then, like, the sloppy shit players
No,
on
Joe is a really good pool player
Oh,
too.
is he?
Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's
Sorry,
really,
Joe.
really good. No, it's okay. You didn't know, but Joe is a really good um, pool player, right?
Okay.
And Mikey's a fucking sniper. Like,
Yeah, I used
he's
to
good.
love pool. I used to go to do you remember Silver Tits?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
man. I used to
do.
go there quite a bit.
That place always made me nervous.
Yeah, well, yeah.
A lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, some shady shit, but that's cool.
Yeah, but you know what? I had a good time. I was pretty
Yeah,
fucking bombed. It was good.
that's all right. Have a good fun night out.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't do that often, so
You know what I did yesterday?
oh snap, what'd you do?
Walter and I decided to have a horror movie a thon
Oh
last
yeah.
night, and we watched The Nun 2.
Oh fuck.
Have you seen that one yet?
Nope.
Okay, so Evan got Walter pretty good last night. Um,
Had a boy.
and it was kind of funny because, like, if you know Walter, he tends to stand a lot. He doesn't like to just sit. So I'm sitting in, like the lazy boy chair, like my feet are up and whatever, right? And Walter's kind of standing off to my peripheral, but like right there in front of me, sort of on my left side. And I guess Evan came out for something and saw Walter standing there, and it was like at a really scary part. And Evan comes walking up behind him, and I whipped my head over, and right away, Evan puts his finger up to his mouth, like, "Shh," right?
Hmm.
So I was like, "Oh, no." And Walter doesn't get scared easily, but it was at a scary part. So Evan came up behind him and fucking scared, and Walter jumped. And I
Yeah.
was like, "That's he's definitely my child."
Yep. Definitely. Definitely
Um,
of our bloodline.
Now let me ask you, have you seen the newest Scream movie?
Bro, I have not yet.
Okay. Okay.
It's in New York City, right?
Um, Something like that. I'm not impressed. I'm not
No.
impressed. It's
Okay,
just
here's the thing. They need to stop doing this with
it
good fucking movies.
you know what it reminded me of? Okay, because do you remember uh, Randy?
Yep,
Randy in the originals, and he
of
was
course.
just like, "Oh, like, in this, like, he's like, you never say I'll be right back," and like all of this, and oh, if it's a prequel or whatever the hell trilogy or
Yeah, yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, the
He gives
sequel
like,
or whatever.
yeah, he gives like the horror movie like
Breakdown.
yeah breakdown. So, anyways, it was there was a girl in it that generally she did the same thing,
Oh,
and I was like, they're really just copying.
yeah, recycled content.
It really was recycled. I was like, "What the hell?" And then, um, they really just, like, lived off of the first ones that made Scream so good, like, from
Yeah, they
back in
got
the
to stop
day,
doing that.
and they really just, like, went off of that. I was really upset.
Like, here's the thing. That's like the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Okay, they went way too far. You know what? I think the one that Paul Walker passed away,
Yeah.
that one, that was the last one I saw. I
Yeah,
was not watching anymore.
I haven't seen, I think, at least the last 2, maybe 3 of the
Oh, I
Fast and
haven't.
Furious.
Yeah, I think it's been three or four I haven't seen yet.
I just haven't bothered. It's just they fucking go to space, dude. Like,
Yeah,
what?
it's too much. Like, here's the thing too, is they it's so unrealistic.
Yeah, it really
Like their
is.
stunts and stuff. I hate that shit.
Yeah,
Like make it semi-realistic or
yeah,
don't do it. Like
yeah. I agree.
that's with any movie, any genre of movie. If it's not a realistic thing,
Yeah,
don't do that. Like it's just ugh. That's why when I saw that in the theaters, I was like, okay, I'm done. And then I saw the fucking spin-off one with The Rock and Jason Statham. What was
Oh,
it? Like Hobbs and
yeah,
Shaw or whatever?
yeah,
Shit, I hated it. I was like, I'm
yeah,
done, guys. Like, I'm sorry, I can't do. And Mikey was like, I love these movies. I'm so happy that you do. Like, I'm
yeah,
not like I'm just done. Like, if you want to see them, fine.
yeah.
That's like Marvel movies. I'm fucking done with
I
Marvel
knew
movies
you
too.
were gonna go there. I
Well,
knew
yeah,
it.
because they're all the same. They're all the
Yeah.
exact same movie, just
Okay,
recycled.
Marvel's a little bit different for
No, I
me.
don't think it is because they have a superhero, they have a villain,
Yeah.
okay, and the whole goal to the whole movie is the superhero has to defeat the villain. You fucking know it's gonna happen. Like, so what's the point? Like, it's
Yeah.
all the same thing. They're all gonna fight. They're gonna throw shit around. They're gonna bust up buildings, and then it's over. So I'm watching. I
Yeah.
could watch the fucking first Spider-Man movie, and I could tell you the storyline of the newest Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Okay, like it's. I'm sorry, and I apologize to all the people that love Marvel movies and shit. Whatever. If you like it, you like it. My husband loves it.
Yeah.
Okay, and fine. If you want me to sit there and really watch it, I will. Okay,
Yeah.
but I'm not enjoying myself. Like
Hey, man,
I
to
could,
each their own, right?
yeah, I could tell you that I could tell you the whole plot line in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a psychological thriller type girl.
Yeah, so am I.
I don't want to know who the fucking bad guy is going to be until the end of the
Well,
movie.
even with Scream. With Scream, they kinda caught me off guard at the beginning, and I won't ruin it.
Hmm.
Um, but that got, rectified because I was like, "There was no way. There was no way at the beginning."
Yeah.
And then they rectified that, and then throughout the movie, I called who the killers were.
Yeah.
I knew it. I was telling Walter, I'm like, "I bet you any money." There
We're
was
back
one
in
little
the.
twist that I didn't see coming,
Yeah.
but for the most part, I was right.
But like back in the day, you wouldn't know who the fucking the killers are until the end,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Even Billy Loomis. Billy
Yeah.
Loomis was in this one.
Oh, was he?
Mhm.
He's so fucking hot.
Yeah,
Oh
you could
my god.
he was gorgeous. Miss Stu. Stu was right up my alley,
Let me
sorry.
tell you something.
Matthew Lillard? Oh my god.
No, but Skeet Ultridge or Altidge or
Yeah,
Altridge or whatever his name is,
yeah,
he's fucking fine. Like in the 90s, he was fucking hot.
yeah.
Now he's hot. Like, did you watch Riverdale or what's it? Riverdale?
I've
Is
never
that the
watched it.
that show that was on? I watched the whole thing. I don't fucking remember the name of it. Riverdale?
No,
It
I
was about
have never seen
Archie.
it.
It's like the Archie comics, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he's in it. He's in it, right? And I
Okay.
was like, fuck, man, he's still fine as shit.
Yeah. You could
Like,
tell he's,
oh,
like, really aged
yeah,
in
but he aged like fucking fine wine, that
yeah,
man.
he
Oh,
is. He's a beautiful man.
yeah, he's still hot, man. I'm like, damn.
Same with freaking, Matthew Lillard. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he's hot as shit too.
I love Matthew Lillard. I
My
will
favorite
always
movie of his, it will always be SLC Punk.
yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
SLC
SLC
Punk
Punk.
and Scream. Like
Yeah,
those two movies for me, oh,
yeah.
so good.
I wasn't too happy with his role in the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Never saw it yet.
Oh, Evan and I saw it
Of
on
course.
opening day, of course, in the theaters,
Yeah.
and I don't know. He does play a good bad guy. I will give him that.
And
But
he's really funny. Remember Without a Paddle? He was great in that
oh yeah,
movie.
he's hilarious. Well, in 13 Ghosts,
Oh,
I loved him
amazing.
in that movie too.
Yeah, that
Oh,
one was good. Yeah, he was hot as shit in that movie too.
love him.
Yeah. So,
Anyways,
yeah.
so I thought that we could. I'm gonna tell you a stupid, dark joke.
Right up my alley.
Oh, I snorted. That was horrible.
I like it.
Okay. Okay, here it goes. How do you make any salad into a Caesar salad?
I don't know.
Stab it 23 times.
Yep. You sure do.
It's a fucking dad joke and a half, but
Yeah,
whatever.
dad would probably, I don't know how dad would feel about that one. But
uh,
I got one
anyway,
for you.
okay, tell me.
What's a reverse exorcism?
Oh shit, no. Go ahead.
It's when the demon tells the priest to get out of the child.
That's horrible.
But
That's horrible.
I
Jesus
know.
Christ.
Yeah.
I love it though. That's really fucked up.
You know that I see that guy on TikTok all the time where he tells dirty adult jokes.
Yeah.
Fucking gold. I love it.
I
Like, why
love
did
that shit
Jesus
too.
have so many followers? You have to be in front of the person to hear this one, but it's like, why does Jesus have so many followers?
Oh God, no, why?
It says because he was hung like this, and they outstretch the arms like he's hanging on the cross.
Oh my lord.
So good, so good.
Oh, that's a whole sin, Melissa.
I
Gee.
fucking love it.
Oh, I love that our Catholic parents are gonna listen to that.
Oh well. Trust me, we were in the Uber last night coming home, and this
Yeah.
guy, I don't know, we were talking about kids and stuff, and I was like, oh, this and that. And the guy was like, you have to have faith.
Oh
that, the
shit.
child is, your child is going to do this. And I was like, yeah, Mikey fucking elbowed me so hard.
Oh no. Yeah, he knew you were gonna go off, eh?
I was like, shit. Plus, I already had a lot of alcohol in me.
Yeah. So there was no filter.
No. And I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't. This man, I'm in the backseat of this dude's car. Mikey elbowed me so fucking hard. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, he knew it was coming.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Here we go.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, um, I'd like to know, and I'm sure our guests would like to know, since you love keeping it a secret, what is our story for today?
Our story is an oldie,
Yeah.
and it's about yeah. So we're doing the Black Dahlia today.
Ooh, the Black Dahlia.
Yes. So it's
It
a
is an oldie but a goldie.
yeah, and Jesus Christ, like this one has haunted me ever since the first time I ever heard it.
Yeah, it is pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it's something, and
Yeah.
poor woman.
Yeah.
But anyways, do you want to get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. So Elizabeth Short was born on July 29th, 1924, in the Hyde Park section of Boston, Massachusetts. The third of five daughters of Cleo Alvin Short Jr. and his wife, Phoebe May Sawyer. Her sisters, this is funny too. Her sisters were Virginia, who was born in 1920,
Mhm.
Dorothea, who was born in 1922, Elnora, which I kind of love that name, who was
Mm.
born in 1925, and Merle, who was born in, who was born
Merle,
Merle, who was
she got
born in
the
1929.
she got the short end of the stick, huh?
Yeah, poor thing. But mom's middle name was Burl,
Do you
so
know that's the first thing I thought of was it kind of rhymes with burl.
so her father, Cleo Alvin, was a United States Navy sailor who was born in 1885. Her mother, Phoebe May, was a housewife, obviously, who was born in 1897. Back then, women usually didn't work, so
Yeah.
of course she was a housewife.
I was gonna say housewives unite.
Yes, I would love to be a fucking housewife. But anyways, it's not my cards.
Mm-mm.
My house would be spotless.
I'd be the
Uh,
worst housewife ever, I think.
do you think?
Yeah, no, I would be.
My
It's not
house would
even.
be fucking shiny.
Man, I did house cleaning and all that shit before. I can't
Yeah,
do that now. I hate it.
yeah,
I think it's because like I had my own clients and I
yeah,
did it for a living for a while that now I'm just like, no.
yeah. I love it though. Like, dude,
It used to be very therapeutic for me. I used to love it as well.
I
But
wash my baseboards, bro.
yeah,
Like,
I used to do that too.
I love it.
Windowsills
It's
and
awesome. I
oh,
like taking all my windows apart and cleaning them. Oh, so good.
yeah,
Bleach.
no.
The smell of bleach in my house. Mikey's like, you cleaned the bathrooms, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I did.
Eh, yeah, it's
All
not for
right.
me.
So her parents were married in Portland, Cumberland, in 1918. The Short family briefly relocated to Portland, Maine in 1927 before settling in Medford, Massachusetts. All right. When we went to Boston in October, we stayed in Medford.
Mhm.
It's such a cute little town.
Yeah. I love
It's
that.
it's literally right 10 minutes outside of Boston,
Oh, cool.
and it is so cute. Like very, very cute. And
Aw.
I really loved Medford, and like the crime rate's low, and it's just like a very quaint little like suburb of Boston. Loved it.
Aw, that sounds cute.
Yeah. So she grew up in Medford, Massachusetts, which is a suburb of Boston
Yep.
that same year. So Elizabeth's father built miniature golf courses until he lost most of his state savings in the 1929 stock market crash.
Mm.
In 1930, his car was found abandoned on the Charlestown Bridge, and it was assumed that he had jumped into the Charles River.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So they never
yeah,
found him, eh?
they never found him.
Oh,
But
yeah,
wait,
I
there's
didn't
a
realize.
twist.
Oh,
Wait
okay.
for it. So, believing her husband to be deceased, Elizabeth's mother began working as a bookkeeper to support the family. Troubled by bronchitis and severe asthma attacks, Elizabeth underwent lung surgery at age 15, after which doctors suggested she periodically relocated to a milder climate to prevent further respiratory problems. Her mother sent her to spend winters with family friends in Miami, Florida for the next 3 years. Elizabeth dropped out of Medford High School during her sophomore year. She had lung surgery at
I was
15.
just gonna say, wait, what kind of lung surgery? Like,
Yeah. Well, she just, I don't know. I've never heard of that before because,
neither have I.
like, we've had bronchitis and asthma attacks, and Evan's had asthma attacks and bronchitis. Does he have asthma?
Yeah, Evan. Well, you know what? I think he's the same as me because I had severe asthma
And bronchitis.
and bronchitis, and then I grew out of it. And they say
Yeah.
by the age of around 12, that's usually when you know, like, if you're going to grow out of it or if it's with you for life.
Yeah.
And thank God I grew out of it. But Evan, he had puffers and stuff as a baby too.
Yeah.
And he
But I've never heard of people having surgery for it.
neither have I. Neither have
Interesting.
I. That's new for me. That's kind of cool though.
All right, here's the twist.
Oh, I'm waiting.
In late 1942, Elizabeth's mother received a letter of apology from her presumed dead husband,
No.
which revealed that he was in fact alive and started a whole new life in California.
What a dick.
Yeah. In December, at age 18, Elizabeth relocated to Vallejo, California to live with her father. If she was there for 20 more years, she might have been a Zodiac killer victim. Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
Right? Vallejo. So she moved to Vallejo to live with her father, whom she had not seen since the age of 6 years old.
Wow.
At the time, he was working at a nearby Mare Island Naval Shipyard on San Francisco Bay. Arguments between Elizabeth and her father led to her moving out in January of 1943.
I'm assuming that she was the only one that went and lived with her father?
I guess so. Maybe because she had like the lung thing or whatever, because
Yeah.
Vallejo, like it's nice and mild there, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
That's fair.
yeah. So Elizabeth took a job at the base exchange at Camp Cook. Now, okay, here we go. Now, Vandenberg Space Force Base in Lompoc, Lompoc, Lompoc,
Mhm.
briefly living with a U.S. Army Air Force sergeant who reportedly abused her.
Mm.
She left Lompoc in mid 1943 and moved to Santa Barbara, where she was arrested on September 23rd, 1943, for drinking at a local bar while underage.
Ooh.
Yeah, her mugshot, though, she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Jesus, she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like you could tell that she had like light green or light blue eyes. Like,
Aw.
yeah, she was a knockout. Okay. So juvenile authorities sent her back to Massachusetts, but but she returned instead to Florida, only making occasional visits to her family near Boston.
Mm.
While in Florida, Elizabeth met Major Matthew Michael Gordon Jr. Okay. Matthew Michael Gordon Matthew Michael Gordon Jr. There we go. I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy has a lot of first names as his name.
That's funny.
But he was a decorated Army Air Force officer in the 2nd Air Commando Group who was training for deployment in the Southeast Asian theater of World War II.
Ooh.
I have no idea what that means, but okay.
Yep.
I said, I saw Southeast Asian Theater. I was like, what?
Yeah.
But that's what it's called. So I said, all right, I'll put that in.
Let's roll with
Somebody
it.
will know what it meant.
I'm sure.
But theater, I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth later told friends that Matthew had written to propose marriage while he was recovering from injuries of a plane crash in India. She accepted his offer, but
Mm.
Matthew died in a second crash on August the 10th, 1945.
Ooh.
Poor thing.
Yeah. Damn.
Elizabeth, yeah, God. Elizabeth's sister, Dorothea, also served in World War II and was signed to decode Japanese messages. Gee,
Wow.
yeah, what a G.
What a smart girl.
Yeah. So in July of 1946, Elizabeth relocated to Los Angeles to visit Army Air Force Lieutenant Joseph Gordon, God damn it, Fick, Fickling, Fickling, Fickling.
Pickling. Yeah.
Yep, an acquaintance from Florida who was stationed at the Naval Reserve Air Base in Long Beach. Elizabeth spent the last 6 months of her life in Southern California, mostly in the Los Angeles area. I'm having alcohol is clouding my brain a little bit today. I don't know how to fucking read. All right.
Uh,
So shortly before her death, she had been working as a waitress and rented a room behind the Florentine Gardens nightclub on Hollywood Boulevard.
mm,
Yeah.
okay.
She has been variously described and, God damn it.
You okay today?
No, bro. I don't know.
Drink some water. Get it out.
Fuck sakes. I don't even understand because I read this earlier and it sounded just fine. She had been variously described and depicted as an aspiring actress. According to some sources, she did in fact have aspirations to be a film star, though she had no known acting jobs or credits. So she was
Yeah.
aspiring actress, but she had nothing. There was no record of her even being in films or anything.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Well, you
Well,
never
that
know.
happens,
Yeah. Okay.
right? Like Boulevard of Broken Dreams, right?
Yeah.
There's so many people that go to LA to like for stardom and they never ever get their chance,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, fantasy is one thing, but to have no like history or what do you call it? Oh my god, why do I have such a mental block right now?
So me and you both.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
it's
what you're
something
rubbing
in
off
the
on me right
air.
now. You're rubbing
Sorry,
off on
bro.
me right now.
Yeah.
No
Rubbing.
background. Like she had no like experience. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say, right? So it's one thing to like, it's a fantasy and want to do it, but the experience wasn't there.
Yeah. It's I don't know, it's sad. I feel bad for this woman.
I think everybody does.
Yeah. So on January the 9th, 1947, Elizabeth returned to her home in Los Angeles after a brief trip to San Diego with Robert Red Manley, a 25-year-old married salesman she had been
Mm.
dating.
Oh
Yeah.
damn.
Red stated that he dropped Elizabeth off at the Biltmore Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, which apparently is a very fucking haunted hotel that people
Oh?
say, yes, the Biltmore Hotel in downtown Los Angeles is apparently crazy haunted. Crazy, crazy haunted. And people have reports of seeing a woman with dark hair
No fucking way.
looking just like Elizabeth Short.
What's it called?
It's called the Biltmore Hotel. It's in downtown Los Angeles. Okay, so anyways, he dropped her off at the Biltmore, and Elizabeth was to meet her sister, who was visiting from Boston that afternoon. By some accounts, staff of the Biltmore recalled having seen Elizabeth using the lobby telephone. Shortly after, she was allegedly seen by patrons of the Crown Grill Cocktail Lounge at 754 South Olive Street, approximately 600 meters away from the Biltmore.
Oh my god. Yo, I just looked at pictures of the Biltmore. It's gorgeous.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's
Oh,
beautiful. Trust me, I ever go to LA, I'm definitely going there.
oh, I would love to.
Definitely.
Wow.
I think Sam and Colby did a video at the Biltmore years ago, and they stayed in the fucking presidential suite.
Yes.
And it is
Yes.
crazy, like a
Yeah.
crazy amount of money every night.
I can
Okay.
imagine it looks expensive as
It's
shit.
beautiful. I was like, dude, if I ever go there, I'm visiting.
Hell yeah. It is quite gorgeous.
Yeah. All
Hmm.
right. This is where we're going to start to get into some hard stuff. Okay.
Okay.
So, on the morning of January the 15th, 1947, a mother taking her child for a walk in a Los Angeles neighborhood stumbled upon a gruesome sight.
Yeah.
Elizabeth's naked body, severed in two pieces, was found in a vacant lot on the west side of South Norton Avenue, midway between Coliseum Street and West 39th Street, in the neighborhood of Leimert Park. The mother thought it was a mannequin at first glance. Girl, it's never a mannequin.
Yeah, no.
It is never. If you see something like that, it's not a fucking mannequin.
No.
But at the time, Leimert Park was largely undeveloped. So if you ever look at the pictures of Elizabeth, like where they found Elizabeth Short's body, there's
Yeah.
nothing around,
Yeah.
right? And then like if you go to like that spot on Google Maps and stuff now, it's a fucking suburb. Like
Oh, it
there's
is, eh?
houses. Oh yeah. So they will pinpoint you to exactly where Elizabeth Short's body was found. Dude, it's on somebody's front lawn.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about
Could you
that.
imagine living there?
Could you imagine looking out your front fucking door and saying, Elizabeth Short, the Black Dahlia, was found on my front fucking lawn?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm looking that up right now. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I wonder, like, I can imagine that there's probably still a lot of people that would go by there.
Yeah.
That must
Oh,
be
yeah.
so frustrating for the homeowner.
But you have to understand if you're buying, like people that buy, like in Salem, okay? The
Yeah.
people that bought fucking Danny and Max's house, you have to know that people are going to be
Yeah.
coming by all the time. It's a cult classic film,
Absolutely. Yep.
right? Like the Amityville Horror House or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
houses that major things have happened in or
Yeah.
dead bodies, famous murders have been committed there. People are going
Yeah.
to flock there.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
For sure.
like that's why they have to disclose certain things when you're buying a house.
Yeah.
I don't know about how that in Canada, but I think in the States they have to disclose,
Well, I
right?
think
Like,
anywhere that you were to buy any sort of property or real estate or anything like that, you have to they may not disclose it, but I think if you ask, they have to in Canada.
yes, but I think in America
Yeah.
they have
I
to disclose that there was a murder
yeah.
or a suicide or something in the house.
Yeah.
If American Horror Story has taught me anything,
Yeah.
right? Murder house, they
Right?
right? You have to tell the people that there was a murder in the house.
Yeah.
All right. So Elizabeth's severely mutilated body was completely severed at the waist and drained completely of blood. No blood, leaving her skin a chalky white.
Jesus.
Yeah. Have you seen the pictures of her dead body?
I'm looking at it
Oh
right
my
now.
God, it's horrible.
What a
I'm like,
sin.
like, Jesus, how can you do that to somebody?
That poor girl.
So examiners determined that she had been dead for around 10 hours prior to the discovery, leaving her time of death either sometime in the evening of January the 14th or the early morning hours of January the 15th.
Mhm.
The body had apparently been washed by the killer. Elizabeth's face had been slashed from the corners of her mouth to her ears,
Mhm.
creating an effect known as the Glasgow smile.
Yeah.
She had several cuts on her thighs and breasts, where portions of where entire portions of flesh had been sliced away. The lower half of her body was positioned a foot away from the upper, and her intestines had been tucked neatly underneath her butt. Ugh.
That's fucked up.
The corpse had been posed with her hands over her head, her elbows bent at right angles, and her legs spread wide apart.
Oh,
Like naked, too. So this motherfucker left her naked, cut in
yeah.
half, face all slashed up, and the whole world to see.
Yeah. What a sin.
That's just it. Mm,
What a sick fuck.
yeah.
And he
All
never
right.
got
So
caught.
no, it. Well, I was that was my last the
I'm
last line.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's a known story that nobody has ever paid for
Yeah.
this crime, right?
Yeah.
So the Los Angeles Herald Express reporter Angie Underwood was among the first to arrive and took several photos of the corpse in the crime scene. Near the body, detectives located a heel print on the ground amid the tire tracks, and a cement sack containing watery blood was also found nearby.
Hmm.
Oh, ugh. All right. So, autopsy. This is where there's going to be a lot of words that I might have problems pronouncing.
Sounds like
Okay.
me.
I am going to do the best that I can. All right. So, an autopsy of Elizabeth's body was performed on January the 16th, 1947, by Frederick Newbar of the Los Angeles County Coroner. Newbar's autopsy report stated that Elizabeth was 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighed about 115 pounds, and had light blue eyes, brown hair, and very badly decayed teeth.
Hmm.
Yeah. There were ligature marks on her ankles, wrists, and neck, and an irregular laceration with superficial tissue loss on her right breast. Newbar
Yeah.
also noticed superficial lacerations on the right forearm, left upper arm, and the lower side of the chest. Oh, God, poor thing. The body had been cut completely in half by a technique taught in the 1930s called a hem, eh? Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, here we go.
Hemicorporectomy. I wrote it down in a way that I would be able to read it. Hemicorporectomy.
Yes.
Hepicorptomectomy. Anyways,
That.
if yep, I can spell it out. You can look it up and get. I don't know what else to do. So I can't pronounce that shit. Even I wrote it in like phonetic whatever so
Yeah.
that I can read it. I still can't read it. The lower half of her body had been removed by transectioning the lumbar spine between the second and third lumbar vertebrae,
Ooh.
thus severing the intestines at the duodenum. Okay,
Yes.
that.
That.
Okay, it's like a piece right above where your intestines sit.
Okay. So basically
So,
right above your belly button.
right above your belly button, it's right above where the intestines are.
Yes.
That section is called the duodenum.
Yeah. So right below the ribs, right
Yep,
above the belly button, right?
right above your belly button, below the ribs. There's about like a 2 inch space there. It's
Yeah.
called the duodenum.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh. Newbar's reports noted very little bruising along the incision line, suggesting it had been performed after death,
Post mortem. Yeah, I was just gonna
post
say.
mortem.
Yeah.
Okay. Another gaping laceration measuring 4¼ inches in length ran longitudinally from the umbilicus to the uh, suprapubic region.
Okay.
Okay, from the umbilicus to the suprum pubic region. So she had a cut from
Yeah.
her pubic bone almost up to her belly button.
Yeah.
Okay, The lacerations on each side of her face, which extended from the corners of the lips, were measured at 3 inches on the right
Ooh.
side of her face and two and a
Oh.
half inches on the left.
Mm.
So she had deep. He cut her cheeks right in half.
Yeah, I gave her a Joker smile.
Yes, but
What a
it's
simp.
called the Glasgow smile, right?
Yeah, that's what Chibs had on Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy Flanagan, that happened to him in real life. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but her skull was not fractured, but there was bruising noted on the front and right side of her scalp, with a small amount of bleeding in the subarachnoid space on the right side.
Okay. So
Yes.
do we know her actual cause of death?
Okay.
What did they rule it as?
Consistent with, okay, so that happened on the right side.
Right.
Consistent with blows to the head. It's like the next line before I say it. The
I'm so
cause of
sorry.
death it's okay. The cause of death was determined to be hemorrhaging from the lacerations to her face and shock from the blows to the head and the face.
Yeah. So blunt force trauma and
Yep.
and
She
the
bled out.
lacerations, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She bled out because it's not like he just sliced her.
As
He
bad as this
cut
may
her
sound,
open.
you'd almost wish that he would put her out of her misery first and then do whatever fucking gruesome shit he had to
Yeah.
do to her post-mortem, like
Yeah.
after she died,
Yeah. But
right?
pieces of shit that can do this to another human being don't care.
That poor girl.
Okay?
Her poor
So,
family too, eh?
yeah. Oh, it gets worse, dude. You wait. You fucking wait until what they did to her mother.
Oh, for
You're gonna be
real.
so fucking mad because I was fucking mad.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay? From the lacerations to, oh, okay. So, blah, 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 blah. So, Lombard noted that Elizabeth's anal canal was dilated at 1 3/4 inches,
Oh, shit.
suggesting that she may have been raped.
Yeah.
Samples taken from her body test the presence of semen, but the results came back negative
Huh.
because the killer washed her body.
Yeah.
Okay, so pull out game, and he fucking washed her off.
Yeah.
Okay, so Elizabeth was identified after her fingerprints were sent to the FBI. Her fingerprints were on file from her 1943 arrest. Immediately following Elizabeth's identification, this is where I got mad. Reporters from William Randolph Hearst's Los Angeles Examiner contacted her mother, Phoebe Short, in Boston and told her, you're going to want to fucking break everything in your room right now.
Yeah.
And told
Uh,
her that her daughter had won a beauty contest.
Shut up.
It was only after prying as much personal information as they could from Phoebe that the reporters revealed that her daughter had, in fact, been murdered.
Oh my god.
Excuse
I
me.
didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a
That made me
sin.
so fucking mad. I was like, oh, you motherfuckers. But 1947 of the whole
Yeah.
situation, right?
Oh.
They fucking told her, your daughter won a beauty contest. Let us know everything about her. We're going to write it in the LA, the Examiner, this and that. And the next thing, oh, thank you for all the information. I just want to let you know that your daughter didn't win a beauty contest. She had actually been murdered.
Talk about going from like one extreme of emotion to another.
Yeah.
So like thinking like, "Oh my god, I'm so proud of her and good for her. I'm so happy." To complete and utter like sorrow and like
Devastation. Like your daughter was
devastation.
just
Yeah.
murdered.
That's horrendous.
Horrendous. So the
Oh.
examiner also offered to pay Phoebe's airfare and accommodations if she would travel to Los Angeles to help the police investigation.
Mhm.
Mhm. That
Well,
was
at
yet
least
to.
they sorry, I
What's
was gonna
that?
say at least they paid for her airfare.
I'd be like, I'm at the time, you can't, I don't know how all that shit worked, but it was like, I am about to sue the fucking pants off of you
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So,
No.
okay, but that was yet another ploy, since the newspaper kept her away from the police and other reporters to protect its scoop.
Hmm. Hmm.
the
Back then, they
exam.
just didn't give a fuck, eh?
No, they didn't give a fuck, and
The story
they
was more
still don't.
important.
Though they still don't.
Yeah.
Like you
It's all
look at
about the
some.
story.
Yeah, the only difference is like victim advocate rights people would sue the fuck out of that paper.
Yeah.
That's the difference between then and now,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. The Examiner had yet another Hearst newspaper, the Herald Express. Later sensationalized the case with one Examiner article describing the black tailored suits that Elizabeth had been seen wearing as tight skirts and a sheer blouse.
Hmm.
The media nicknamed her the Black Dahlia and described her as an adventuress who prowled Hollywood Boulevard.
Proud, huh?
Bastards.
Yeah.
Additionally, newspaper reports, such as one published in the Los Angeles Times on January the 17th, deemed the murder a sex fiend slaying.
Jesus.
It doesn't
Well,
matter.
if she was SA'd, right? And her anus was, what
Say
do you call it?
essayed.
Yeah.
You can say rape,
I know. It just sounds so like,
but it is what it is. She was raped.
yeah.
She
But
was
she,
raped. I don't find sugarcoating shit. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? She was fucking raped. Like, it's
Yeah.
it's. Anyways,
They
go
try to
on.
just make her seem like the one looking for it
Like
almost.
she was the bad person, not the
Yeah.
fucking person that killed her,
Yeah.
not the person that cut her in half,
Yeah.
that cut her open, that sliced her face open,
And her
that beat
breasts
her
and everything else. Yeah.
and raped her. That's
Yeah.
not the bad person. It's because she was wearing
Oh,
a
she must
sheer
have.
blouse.
Oh, yeah. She must have been asking for it.
Get fucked.
Disgusting.
It pisses me off because that's how women have been portrayed forever.
Yeah.
You were raped because you were wearing a short skirt, not
Yep.
because men can be fucking pigs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's where I get really upset about shit like that because it's not the woman's fault. It doesn't
No.
matter what she's wearing. Keep your
Yep.
fucking hands to yourself.
That's right.
Okay? You don't have no fucking right to touch or do anything to a woman just because she's wearing a skirt.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yep. Keep it in your pants,
Oh.
guys.
All right, back to it. My little rant is over for a moment. All right. On January 21st, 1947, a person claiming to be Elizabeth's killer placed a phone call to the office of James Richardson, the editor of the Examiner, congratulating Richardson on the newspaper's coverage of the case and stating he planned on eventually turning himself in, but not before allowing police to pursue him further. Additionally, the caller told Richardson to expect some souvenirs of Beth Short in the mail.
What a dick.
So now he's starting to play with the fucking cops.
Yeah, he's toying with them.
Excuse me. On
Reminds me of
January,
the Zodiac killer.
oh yeah, and some killers they fucking love to toy with the police. Look at
Yeah.
BTK.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
love to play with the police because it's a
Yeah.
fucking game to these people.
Yeah.
All right. So on January 24th, a suspicious manila envelope was discovered, addressed to the Los Angeles Examiner and other Los Angeles papers, with individual words that had been cut and pasted from newspaper clippings. Additionally, a large message on the face of the envelope read, "Here's the Dahlia's belongings, letter to follow." The envelope contained Elizabeth's birth certificate, business cards, photographs, names written on pieces of paper, and an address book with the name of Mark Hansen embossed on the cover.
Hmm.
The packet had been carefully cleaned with gasoline, similarly to Elizabeth's body, which led police to suspect the packet had been sent directly by the killer.
Mm-hmm.
Despite efforts to clean the packet, Several partial fingerprints were lifted from the envelope and sent to the FBI for testing. However, the prints were compromised in transit, of course, because the fucking cops can't do their goddamn job.
Yep.
The prints were compromised in transit and thus could not be properly analyzed. The
Good
same
God.
day, yeah, the same day the packet was received by the examiner, a handbag and a black suede shoe were reported to have been seen on the top of a garbage can in an alley a short distance from Norton Avenue, 2 miles or 3 kilometers for us Canadians from the crime scene. The items were recovered by police, but they also had been wiped clean with gasoline, destroying any fingerprints.
Wow. That's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
What a sin. I hope that fucking whoever fucked up the fingerprints got their ass canned.
Yeah, but I
Or
doubt it.
like, yeah.
I doubt it. I doubt it highly.
Or they died a miserable death.
Yeah, or just what the fuck felt like shit forever.
Yeah.
Hopefully they were like, fuck, I fucked up, man. Like this poor
Bring
girl was,
shame on their family.
yeah, like, well, sometimes you never know. I don't, maybe it wasn't done maliciously. Maybe it got done by careless, stupid,
There
you
are
know,
procedures put into
yeah.
place. Yeah.
Now, this was in 1947.
I
You have
wonder
to
if
remember the
there's
times. Look at the
yeah.
times. They just came out of a world war,
Yeah.
right? Things were very different. Like even in like dad's lifetime, even in our lifetime, Sarah, DNA shit didn't really come around until the late 80s, early 90s,
Yeah.
right? Like some of the biggest John Benet Ramsey's case was one of the first one to use DNA.
Yeah.
Dude, that was in fucking 96, bro.
I feel old.
Like that's the part that kind of gets you and you have to think about it. Like they didn't have proper procedures back then,
No. Well, they
right?
did, but it wasn't like
Wasn't proper though.
they were still working out those kinks.
And it was not like it is today where like people were walking around the fucking crime scene,
Yeah. Yeah.
like you have stuff like that, people were walking around the fucking crime scene. They didn't
Yeah.
really block much off until right near the end when they were removing her body. You know what I mean? Like that's the shit that is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like where today they would block off like blocks, you the whole block would be shut down,
Yeah.
right? Like
This
it's
is
just so
true.
different.
Yeah.
So on March 14th, an apparent suicide note scrawled in pencil on a bit of paper was found tucked in a shoe in a pile of men's clothing by the Ocean's Gate at the foot of the Breeze Avenue in Venice Beach, I'm assuming.
Mhm.
The note read, "To whom it may concern, I have waited for the police to capture me for the Black Dahlia killing, but they have not. I am too much of a coward to turn myself in. So this is the best way out for me. I couldn't help myself for that. Or this. Sorry, Mary." The pile of clothing was first seen by a beach caretaker who reported the discovery to a lifeguard captain, John Dillon. John Dillon immediately notified Captain L.E. Christensen of West Los Angeles Police Station. The clothes included a coat, trousers of blue herringbone tweed. I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
Herringbone tweed. What the fuck is that?
That is a good question. Herring boat tweed?
Herringbone.
Oh,
Herring,
herringbone.
Bone. Herringbone tweed. Okay, a brown and white t-shirt, white jockey shorts, tan socks, and tan moccasin leisure shoes.
Oh, it's a
Size,
jacket.
oh, it's a jacket?
Yeah, it's like a nice little it's like a jacket.
Like an old, like one of those old
Like a
school
dressy
jackets.
jacket, and it has like the breast pocket where you can put like a
Oh,
napkin
okay. So
in.
like a suit jacket, but
Yeah, it's like a suit jacket. Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
All
Sorry,
right.
go on.
So there was tan socks, tan moccasin leisure shoes, size about 8. The clothes gave no clue of the identity of the owner.
Hmm. Okay.
Just all kinds of fucked up shit.
Yep.
So, police quickly deemed Mark Hansen, the owner of the address book found in the pocket, a suspect, obviously.
I would imagine. Yeah.
Hansen was a wealthy local nightclub and theater owner and the acquaintance of whom Elizabeth had stayed with friends. Stayed with friends. Yep, that's what it says. According to some sources, Hansen also confirmed that the purse and the shoe discovered in the alley were in fact Elizabeth's.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
there's evidence just strewn everywhere.
Yeah. Really.
So Anne Toth, Elizabeth's friend and roommate, told investigators that Elizabeth had recently rejected um, sexual advances from Hansen and
Mm.
suggested that it was a potential motive for him to kill her.
Yeah, I'd say so.
However, he was cleared of suspicion in the case.
On what grounds?
Exactly. So, in addition, it doesn't even say. It doesn't even say why was he cleared.
He
There
might have
must have
had a
been a
good,
reason.
strong alibi,
I
possibly.
hope so, but he's still a suspect in my
Okay.
eyes,
Yep.
right? So he was cleared of suspicion. In addition to Hansen, the Los Angeles Police Department interviewed over 150 men in the ensuing weeks whom they believed to be potential suspects. So Red Manley, the guy that she was with before,
Mm-hmm.
okay, who had been one of the last people to see Elizabeth alive, was also investigated, but was cleared of suspicion after passing numerous polygraph examinations. I'm sorry, lie detector tests are not accurate.
Not completely, no.
They're not accurate. They're not accurate. If you ever commit a crime,
So hold on a second. So they cleared him solely on the fact that he passed polygraph tests?
yep,
What?
yeah,
And hold on a second. And he was the last one to see her alive? Is that what you
apparently,
said?
apparently.
What?
So he had been one of the last people to see her alive,
Oh my god.
and they cleared him. Oh, he took a polygraph. He's clear.
They no. They had to have cleared him based on other grounds. Like
Girl, that's what
if
they
he had a
say.
if they had like a strong alibi for him,
Don't
they
know.
they couldn't just clear him on a fucking polygraph test. That
Don't
would make
know.
oh my god.
It says he was cleared of suspicion after passing numerous polygraphing. I read multiple documents on
Get the
this
fuck
case.
out of here.
Yeah, and all of them say the same thing.
I'm
He was
sorry, they fucked up.
They fucked up. Huge, huge. Come on. You're going to sit there. The LAPD is one of the most fucking corrupt police
Yeah.
stations on the
I'm starting to
planet.
see why her case is not fucking solved.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of reasons for that. But I
Ugh,
think, like,
that
I
poor
don't know.
girl.
You think of certain police stations in the world and you see
Yeah.
how fucking corrupt cops are.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What a
Anywho,
sin.
yeah. Police also interviewed several persons found listed in Hansen's address book, including Martin Lewis, who had been an acquaintance of Elizabeth. Martin Lewis was able to provide an alibi for the date of Elizabeth's murder. He
Mhm.
was in Portland, Oregon, visiting his dying father-in-law. See, that's investigation.
Yeah.
That's a fucking alibi. He was not in L.A. Okay, he wasn't
Yeah.
anywhere near L.A. That's a fucking solid alibi.
I wonder, like, when was the last time that they looked into this case?
Not long
Like,
ago.
oh, really?
Yeah. So, you ever hear the thing of George Hodel?
I can't say.
So, George Hodel was a doctor. He was actually loosely portrayed in American Horror Stories Murder House as the doctor who was
Oh,
performing the abortions.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, because Elizabeth Short is in American Horror Story,
Right. Yeah.
right? Okay, so he's kind of loosely portrayed as that. Now, his son, Steve
Okay.
Hodel, he was like a cop, like a detective.
Okay.
And he said he examined all the notes and
Yep.
all like certain, like the envelopes and stuff, like the address that was written. And he looked and he said, "That's my father's handwriting."
I yeah, okay. So I was gonna say at some point that I was pretty sure there was something about, like, something a part of the investigation that someone recognized
Hmm.
and thought that they knew who the killer was.
It was his son.
That's
It
right.
was George Hodell's son, Steve
Yeah,
Hodell,
yeah.
said, "That's my father's writing. My
Oh,
dad
wow.
was a doctor to the stars. He was like a plastic surgeon or something.
Yeah.
And he said, that's my father's writing."
Jesus. Could you imagine?
But George Odell is dead. And when the cops brought like cadaver dogs into George Odell's old house, they hit they hit on like decomp, like
Y
human decomp in the
Oh, they
house.
did, eh?
They did.
Oh, that motherfucker did it.
Yeah, well, there was even things, I think I have it here too, where it says like he was investigated by the FBI for the death of his secretary, right?
Oh, that's right. That's I
Yeah.
think I heard something about that too. That's right.
Yeah. So he was investigated for the death of his whatever, and he was on tape saying, they have him on tape saying something along the lines of, "Oh, my secretary can't say anything anymore because she's dead."
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
All
sick
right.
fuck.
Yeah. Like, oh. So a total of 750 investigators from the LAPD and other departments worked on the case during its initial stages, including 400 sheriff deputies and 250 California State Patrol officers.
Hmm.
Yep, various
Wow.
locations were scheduled for potential. Sorry, let me try that one more time. Whiskey is still in my blood. Various locations were searched for potential evidence, including storm drains throughout Los Angeles,
Mhm.
abandoned structures, and various sites along the Los Angeles River. But the searches yield no further evidence. City Councilman Lloyd G. Davis posted a $10,000 reward for information leading to Elizabeth's killer. Now, $10,000
Back then.
in 1947. How,
Yeah.
Tina? Sorry, hold on one second. Get, get out. Come on,
Jeez, Zena.
get out. She's in
I
here
can
making
hear
a
the little
ruckus.
click clacks of her
God
nails.
damn. Bon Queequeg. All right. So $10,000 in 1947. How much do you think that's worth in 2023?
Let's say 30.
What? Really?
I'd say 30.
Okay.
Maybe okay, maybe about closer to 50.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a little
30
bit
to
more.
50. 30 to 50. What
All
do you
right.
think?
$131,058.
Wow, I was way off.
That's when you were like 30. I'm like, add 100 to that.
Yeah, okay. I was way off the mark on that one.
Yeah. So they offer that as a reward, you
Wow.
know, yeah, for information leading to her killer.
Okay.
After the announcement of the reward, various people came forward with confessions.
I mean, of course they
Of
did.
course they did. Most of which police dismissed as false. Several of the false confessors were charged with obstruction of justice.
Fucking idiots.
Good.
Mhm.
On January 26th, another letter was received by the examiner, this time handwritten, which read, "Here it is. Turning in Wednesday, January 29th, 10 a.m. Had my fun at police. Black Dahlia Avenger."
Oh yeah. So wait, he was planning on turning himself in on the 29th?
Apparently, apparently. So
Yeah.
this was they received the letter on January the 26th, and he said he was going to turn in on January 29th at 10 a.m. Had my fun at police. Black Dahlia Avenger.
So hold on a second. Let's just recap real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Did how much evidence did they actually have? So they
Not
didn't
a
really
lot.
have yeah, they didn't have any semen
Nope.
because it got washed,
Nope.
right? The fingerprints got jacked,
Yep.
fucked up. What evidence did they really have that they were going off of? The person that was last seen with her, which they fucking chalked up to a good polygraph test, so I guess you're not a suspect.
Yep.
I mean, Okay. All right. At this point, and I'm sure they're updating the papers,
Yeah.
and telling the papers where they're at. So this person is just sitting back reading the papers and laughing.
Hmm.
Why would he turn himself in? No wonder why he didn't,
Yeah. No.
because he knew that they didn't have shit.
Right.
Okay. Yep. So
The
like
let.
he was just still fucking with them.
Of course.
But
Why
yeah,
wouldn't
go
he?
on.
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't he? They weren't gonna fucking catch him,
Yeah.
right? The letter also named a location at which the supposed killer would turn himself in. Police waited at the location on the morning of January 29th, but the alleged killer did not appear.
Of course not. You want to bet, how much do you want to bet that this guy was sitting somewhere in
Watching.
proximity just watching them?
Hmm.
Ugh, like a fucking douchebag. Okay.
Yep. Instead, at 1 p.m., the examiner offices received another cut and pasted letter,
Of course.
which
Yep.
read, "Have changed my mind. You would not give me a square deal. Dahlia killing was justified." Ugh, it's
Yeah, he's
gross.
just toying. He's bored with his life for sure.
Yeah, like, because at this point he thought he had fucking humongous balls,
I was
okay,
gonna
and
say,
that he
how much
wasn't gonna get
Viagra
caught.
do you think that guy has to take?
Oh, a fucking lot.
He probably has the nicest car out there too.
Yeah.
Go figure. If it really was the doctor, I bet you any money.
You are horrible. That is not nice, Sarah May.
Hey, am I wrong?
No, you are not, but that's not nice to say. Did I ever tell you about that story about the fucking dude that was like shaved bald, had aviator glasses on, fucking collar was popped up, and he was in a Corvette, and he pulled up into the gas station where Mikey and I was, and I looked over at Mikey, my douchebag.
How small do you think his dick is?
Little. How big is it? Not big.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's,
cold in here?
bet you. Aw. Bet you any money. It's true though.
Yeah.
Mm.
How about sheer black clothing that she was wearing? How about your little fucking dick? How about that?
Yeah.
All right.
It's probably what he was angry at. That's why he cut her up so bad.
Definitely, because she was beautiful. And she was probably like, you know what? I'm good, bro. Like, your dick is
Yeah.
way too fucking small to satisfy me. I'm going home. Where are my shoes?
Oh
And
my
she,
god.
and he was like, slice, slice, cut, cut. Now you're dead.
He sliced and diced her. Jesus Christ.
We're terrible
Uh,
human beings, Sarah May. We're terrible.
something like that.
All
Fuck.
right. So the graphic nature of the crime and the subsequent, I'm okay, letters received by the
Mm.
examiner had resulted in a media circus surrounding Elizabeth's murder. Both local and national publications covered the story heavily, many of
Mhm.
which reprinted sensationalistic reports suggesting that Elizabeth had been tortured for hours prior to her death.
Oh
That's
fuck.
because she said he had a small dick. It says it right here in the notes, I'm telling you. Poor thing.
Took a hit to his ego.
Yeah. The information, however, was false. Yet police allowed the reports to circulate, as so to conceal Elizabeth's true cause of death, cerebral hemorrhage, from the public.
Ooh.
Further reports about her personal life were publicized, including details about her alleged declining of Hanson's sexual advances. Additionally, a stripper who was an acquaintance of Elizabeth's told police that she liked to get guys all worked up over her and then leave them hanging dry.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Oh,
Shouldn't do that.
blue balls.
Yeah, shouldn't do that
Yeah,
because
that's not
that,
cool.
yeah, that's not nice.
Sometimes that's enough to drive a man mad. Apparently.
Yep, apparently. But that still doesn't mean that that warrants her death,
Well, of course not.
right?
But
Like,
damn, that's
yeah,
cruel.
yeah, maybe tell her, yo, that's a fucking asshole thing for you to do.
Yeah.
Like you can say that, verbalize it to her and say, Miss Elizabeth Short, that wasn't very kind of you to do. you
Yeah.
know?
Didn't turn out that way apparently.
No, because just like women have, rights, men
Mhm.
do too. You know what I mean? Like you can't be doing shit like that and leading people on and then saying, "Well, yeah, now go fuck yourself," quite
Yeah.
literally,
Just goes
you
to
know?
show you never know who
Yeah.
you're fucking with. You wanna
But
play
that's
head
not right.
games.
It's not right for either side to do stuff like that.
Oh, no. No, no.
Okay?
Definitely not.
So this led some reporters, namely the Herald Express Bevo Means, and detectives to look into the possibility that Elizabeth was a lesbian.
Oh, shit.
Yep. And begin questioning employees of the and patrons of gay bars in Los Angeles.
Oh, I don't
Yep.
how come I don't remember any of that?
I you know what? I've heard of this before. That
Have
they
you?
thought she yeah, that they,
And I've
that
heard a
sh
lot about the Black Dahlia, but I've never heard or heard the suggestion of her possibly being gay.
yeah, oh yeah, I've heard this before that she would lead men on, right? And get money or free dinners or whatever out of them, but she was actually a lesbian. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Oh shit, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh
Bitch. What a
yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, but remember the times though. Remember the times. Back then women didn't have the same rights that we have today.
Well,
And
gays
sometimes
too, right?
especially yeah, especially if you're going to LA to start something and she didn't have enough money to eat. Think
Mhm.
about that desperation that will push her to a point where, okay, I need to eat, so maybe I should
Yeah.
go on dates with these men.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, it makes I understand that. I understand that, but look where it got her.
yeah, which is horrible,
Doesn't make it
but
right, but
doesn't make it right. Yep,
unfortunately, this is the world we live in.
yeah. So the Herald Express also received several letters from the purported killer, again made with the cut and pasted clippings. One of which read, I will give up on I will give up on Dahlia killing if I get 10 years. Don't try to find me.
So he was trying to make a deal.
Yeah, trying to negotiate. Hey, motherfuckers, give me 10 years, I'll turn myself in. Promise
Yeah.
me 10 years, and you guys got me.
Wow.
On February the 1st, the Los Angeles Daily News reported that the case had run into a stone wall with no new leads for investigators to pursue.
And that's where they fucked up. I'm
Yep,
sorry, but they report that
yep,
shit.
yep.
Idiots.
You gotta keep that
Wow.
shit quiet.
Okay. Yep.
So
Go on.
the examiner continued to run stories on the murder and the investigation, which was front page news for 35 days following the discovery of the body.
Mhm.
Yep. When
He's getting
interviewed,
all of his information from the
yeah,
newspaper of what they
yep,
know.
everything. Every fucking stitch of investigation.
Good God. All
Yeah.
right.
Investigators are going to be at the corner of da 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 and da 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 da,
Yep.
this and that. They're doing this today. They're doing that today.
Yep. And he's just sitting back laughing and watching.
Yeah. Probably walking right by LAPD. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yep. When interviewed, lead investigator Captain Jack Donahue told the press that he believed Elizabeth's murder had taken place in a remote building or shack on the outskirts of Los Angeles, and that her body transported into the city, where she was disposed of. Based
Hmm.
on precise cuts and dissection of Elizabeth's body, the LAPD looked into the possibility that the murderer had been a surgeon, doctor, or somebody with medical knowledge.
Dun dun dun.
We have George Odell.
Yeah. Yeah.
In mid February of 1947, the LAPD served a warrant to the University of Southern California Medical School, which was located near the site where the body had been discovered,
Mhm.
requesting a complete list of the program students. The university agreed so long as the students' identities remained private. Background checks were conducted but yielded no results.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just a
Wow.
whole shit show.
It really sounds like it.
By the spring of 1947, Elizabeth's murder had become a cold case with very few new leads.
Mhm.
Sergeant Finis Brown, one of the lead detectives on the case, blamed the press for compromising the investigation uh, through journalistic probing of details and unverified reporting. In September of 1949, a grand jury convened to discuss oh my God, inadequacies. Oh
You got this.
my God. In LAPD's homicide unit based on their failure to solve numerous murders, especially those of women and children.
Oh shit.
Yep. So they were solving fucking murders that happen to men, but women and children, back burner.
Yeah. Wasn't so important, I guess, huh?
Yeah. So
Assholes.
they weren't solving numerous murders, especially those of women and children in the previous several years. Elizabeth being one of them. In the aftermath of the grand jury, further investigation was done on Elizabeth's past, with detectives tracing her movements between Massachusetts, California, and Florida, and also interviewed people who knew her in Texas and New Orleans. However, the interviews yield no useful information on the murder, of course.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's juicy, dude.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's juicy. So here we go with suspects and confessions.
I'm
All
sure
right.
there was lots of those.
Yeah, there's a few. It's quite a section I'm about to read to you.
Okay.
So the notoriety of Elizabeth's murder had spurred a large amount of confessions over the years, many of which have been deemed false. During the initial investigation into her murder, police received a total of 60 confessions, mostly made by men.
Yeah.
Since that time, over 500 people had confessed to the crime. 500 people have confessed to the crime.
They were looking for that freaking
Yeah, we
they
want
were
that
looking
$10,000.
yeah, they were looking for that money.
That's some money, honey. Some of whom have not even been born at the time of her death.
Oh, what?
Hmm. People
Idiots.
were confessing, and they hadn't even been born until after 1947. Like, I'd be like, okay, name, birthday. Birthday, 1952, you're out.
Idiot.
Sergeant John P. St. John, a detective who worked the case until his retirement, stated, "It is amazing how many people offer up a relative as the killer." Well, they want the money.
Yeah, that's probably the sole reason behind it, I'm sure.
Yeah. In 2003, Ralph Asdell, one of the original detectives on the case, told the Times he believed he interviewed Elizabeth's killer, a man who had been seen with his sedan parked near the vacant lot where her body was discovered in the early morning hours of January the 15th, 1947. A neighbor driving by that day stopped to dispose of a bag of lawn clippings in the lot when he saw a parked sedan, allegedly with its rear door open. The
Huh.
driver of the sedan was standing in the lot where a body was. Okay. And
Yeah,
nobody
wait,
saw that?
what?
Okay. Uh, hmm.
The fuck?
His arrival apparently startled the owner of the sedan, who approached his car and peered in the window before returning to his sedan and driving away.
Oh, lovely.
The owner of the sedan was followed to a local restaurant where he worked, but ultimately cleared of suspicion.
Jesus. Okay.
Like, what the fuck? All right,
Different
here we
times,
go.
eh? Different times back then.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about before. Okay.
Okay.
Although he was never formally charged in the crime, George Hodel, sorry, came to wider attention after his death when he was accused by his son, LAPD homicide detective Steve Hodel,
Yeah.
of killing Elizabeth and committing several additional murders prior to the Dahlia case. He was
Jesus.
He was suspected but not charged in the death of his secretary, Ruth Spalding,
Yeah.
and was accused of raping his own daughter, Tamar, but acquitted.
My God.
Ugh. So George Hodel fled the country several times and lived in the Philippines between 1950 and 1990. Additionally, Steve Hodel, well, I don't know why it's a tip. Hodel was cited in his father's training as a surgeon. I'm sorry, that just took me back. He was a surgeon.
Yeah. 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 It's all aligning.
I yeah. So in 2003, it was revealed in notes from 1949's grand jury report that investigators had wiretapped Hodel's home and obtained recorded conversations of him with an unidentified visitor saying, "Supposing I did kill the Black Dahlia, they couldn't prove it now anyway. They can't talk to my secretary because she's dead."
Oh my God, he did it.
Oh my God. They thought there was something fishy. Anyway,
You
now they
think?
may have figured it out. Killed her? Maybe I did kill my secretary.
This guy is for sure fucking, yo, he's guilty.
He said, "Supposing I did kill the Black Dahlia, they couldn't prove it now. They can't talk to my secretary because she's dead." I'm reading this all over again. They thought there was something fishy. Anyway, they now may have figured it out. Killed her. Maybe I did kill my secretary.
Yep,
He said that. They
guilty,
have the FBI have that on tape. They have him saying that.
guilty. So what happened? What became of him?
Nothing. He fucking lived the rest of his life, probably, just living the dream it up and fucking dying an old man. And after that, that's what came out.
What a fucking whole sin. That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah. So the 2017 book Black Dahlia, Red Rose by Pew Eatwell focuses on Leslie Dillon, a bellhop who was a former mortician's assistant. That could be a suspect too.
Mm-hmm.
His associates, Mark Hansen, and Jeff Connors, and Sergeant Finis Brown, a lead detective who had links to Hansen, was allegedly corrupt.
Hmm.
So Eatwell posits that Elizabeth was murdered because she knew too much about the men's involvement in a scheme of robbing hotels.
Oh
She
shit.
further suggests that Elizabeth was killed in the Astor Motel in Los Angeles,
Oh
where the
shit.
owners where the owners reported finding one of their rooms covered in blood and fecal matter on the
Get the
morning on the morning of Elizabeth's body was found.
stop it.
Yeah, bro. This is a whole fucking it's a shit show, and with the fecal matter, it's a shit show.
No pun
Okay?
intended.
No pun intended, it's a fucking shit show.
Oh my god.
The Examiner stated in 1949 that LAPD Chief William A. Wharton denied that the Astor Motel had anything to do with the case. I don't know how many people are fucking drained of their blood. She had her
Yeah.
asshole was fucking dilated
Gaping.
an inch and a half or so.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, they covered that shit up then. They had
They
to have.
sure the fuck
I'm
did.
not a fucking detective, but I'm telling you now, I could probably solve this goddamn case.
Yeah. In 2000, Buzz Williams, a retired detective with the Long Beach Police Department, wrote an article for the LPB LBPD newsletter, The Rap Sheet, on Elizabeth's murder. His father, Richard F. Williams, and his friend Con Keller were both members of the LAPD's gangster squad investigating the case. Williams' father believed that was the killer, and that when Dillon returned to his home in the state of Oklahoma, he was able to avoid extradition to California because his ex-wife, Georgia, I thought I said Georgina, Georgia Stevenson was second cousins with the Illinois governor Al Adley Stevenson II, who who contacted the governor of Oklahoma on Dylan's behalf. Keller believed Hansen was the killer, as he studied at a surgeon's school in Sweden and had thrown elaborate parties attended by prominent LAPD office officials.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, ain't that some shit? Let me just go back to the hotel room for a second. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Did they obviously they didn't have DNA testing back then.
No.
Did they ever like because you could test the blood types, no?
Mm-hmm.
Back then. Did they ever
Mm-hmm.
try to like test any of the blood for her blood type or
Well, even
was
if
there
they
anything
did,
said about that?
her body was drained of blood. I don't even know if they would have been able to get a. Can they get a blood type off of a body that had no blood?
I'm sure that they probably fucking get something. There's no
Maybe.
way. There's no way.
Yeah.
Like they
Who
have to
knows?
be able to get
It's
something.
a shit show, Sarah. This is a shit show. Like, this whole thing is just a shit show.
Oh, what a sin though. Like they totally did her and her family wrong.
Dirty, yo. They did her dirty.
Yeah.
So, Williams' article said that Dylan sued the LAPD for $3 million, but the suit was dropped.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Where is this now? Da, 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 da. District attorney's files positively placed him. Who's him? Hold on. Wait a second. I've lost my spot here. Williams' article says that Dylan sued the LAPD for $3 million, but the suit was dropped.
Mhm.
Harnish disputes this, claiming that Dylan was cleared by police after exhaustive investigation, and that district attorney's files positively placed him in San Francisco when Elizabeth was killed. Harnish claimed that there was no LAPD cover up and that Dylan did, in fact, receive a financial settlement from the city of Los Angeles, but
Hmm.
has not produced concrete evidence to prove this.
This whole
Just,
case.
yeah, it's just a fucking confumbled mess, is what it is.
Mm, it sounds like they needed to get their shit together.
Yeah. So, we're going to go to the next part here. So, a number of people, none of whom knew Elizabeth, contacted police and the newspaper and claimed to have seen her during the so called missing week between, Jesus Christ, between January 9th, disappearance, and the discovery of her body on January the 15th.
Mhm.
Police and DA investigators ruled out each of the alleged sightings. In some cases, those interviewed were identifying other women who have been mistaken for Elizabeth. Elizabeth's whereabouts in the days leading up to her murder and the discovery of her body are unknown.
Hmm.
So they have no fucking idea where she was or whatever between
What?
those dates.
Where's her dad in all this?
Yeah, who knows? I don't really think they say anything else about him.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm sure they had to have. Well, actually, you just never know. Sounds
you
like they
never
fucked
know.
up a lot of shit, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they went and had to. Like, how old was she?
Oh God, Sarah. She was born in what, 1924? She died in 47. She was 23.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, she was either 23 or almost 23. She
Yeah.
wasn't she wasn't 23 yet,
Okay.
right? Because her birthday's in July.
But she was living with her father, right?
Well, she moved out of her dad's, remember?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
because her dad was in Vallejo,
That's right.
and then she went to like Santa Barbara, and then she went to LA and
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Yeah. That's so sad.
So,
That's so sad.
uh, yeah, this is again after the discovery of Elizabeth's body, numerous Los Angeles newspapers printed headlines claiming that she had been tortured leading up to her Death. This was denied by law enforcement at the time, but they allowed the claims to circulate as so to keep Elizabeth's actual cause of death a secret to the public. Some sources state that Elizabeth's body was covered in cigarette burns inflicted on her while she was still alive. though there is no indication of this in her official autopsy um, report.
Okay, because that sounds kinda I was looking up pictures of her,
Hmm.
and if you look, there's a picture of her. Hold on a second. Let me just see here. There's a picture, I believe it's of her, and they have her rolled onto her side,
Hmm.
and you could see dots, black
Yeah.
dots,
Hmm.
and I think those are cigarette burns.
I thought
They
that too,
Yeah, okay. You saw that,
because she
right?
wasn't there long, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
okay. It's fucked up.
yeah. Okay, so according to newspaper reports, shortly after the murder, Elizabeth received the nickname the Black Dahlia from staff and patrons at a Long Beach drugstore in mid 1946, as wordplay from the film The Blue Dahlia, which was released in 1946. Other popular circulated rumors claim that the media crafted the name because Elizabeth adored her hair with dahlias. According
Yeah.
to the FBI official website, she received the first part of the nickname from the press for her rumored love of sheer black clothing.
Hmm,
Hmm.
okay.
Yet, however, reports by DA investigators state that the nickname was invented by newspaper reporters covering her murder. The Herald Express reporter Bevel Means, who interviewed Elizabeth's acquaintance at the drugstore, had been credited with using the term Black Dahlia, the Black Dahlia name, though reporters Underwood and Jack Smith had been alternative names as its creators.
Mhm.
So this is just people who gave her the name the Black Dahlia. Where the
Yeah,
fuck did it come from, right?
yeah.
While some sources claim Elizabeth was referred to or went by the name during her life, others dispute this. Both Gilmore and Hernish agree that the name originated during Elizabeth's lifetime, but not and was not created by the press.
Mhm.
Right?
Okay, so
Harnish
while she was
states,
still alive.
yeah, people called her the Black Dahlia.
Okay.
Right? Harnish states that it was in fact a nickname she earned from the staff at the Long Beach drugstore she frequented. In Severed, Gilmore names A.L. Landers as the proprietor of the drugstore.
Hmm,
Okay, though he does not provide the store's name. Prior to the circulation of the Black Dahlia name, Elizabeth's killing had been dubbed the werewolf murder by the Herald Express because of the brutal nature of the crime.
werewolf. What the hell?
Yeah, I never heard that before until
Yeah, neither
I
have
was doing
I.
the research, right?
Huh,
All right,
okay.
so Elizabeth Short is interred at Mountain View Cemetery in Oakland, California. After her younger sister Elnora had grown up and married, their mother Phoebe moved to Oakland to be near her daughter's grave.
Aw.
She finally returned to the East Coast in the 1970s, where she lived into her 90s and died in 1992.
Oh, wow.
On February the 2nd, 1947, just 2 weeks after Elizabeth's murder, Republican State Assemblyman C. Don Fields was prompted by the case to introduce a bill calling for the formation of a sex offender registry in the state of California.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. So the state of California would become the first U.S. state to make the registration of a sex offender mandatory.
I love that.
So good did come out of her death
Yep.
because, yeah, that's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
because, yeah,
Aw.
if you're a sex offender, people should know that you're a sex offender.
Yeah.
That should be widely fucking known, right?
Yep. I agree.
Elizabeth's murder has been described as one of the most brutal and culturally enduring crimes in American history, and Time magazine listed it as one of the most infamous unsolved cases in the world.
Yeah.
Elizabeth's life and death has been basis of numerous books, television shows, and films, both fictionally and nonfiction.
Hmm.
Among most famous accounts of Elizabeth's death is James Ellroy's 1987 novel, The Black Dahlia, in which, in addition to the murder, explores the large fields of politics, crime, corruption, and paranoia in post-war Los Angeles. I'm all right.
Go drink
According,
some fucking water, woman.
God damn it, I just need to never drink alcohol again. It fucking clouds my whole mind. According to cultural critic David M. Fine, Elroy's novel was adapted into a 2006 film of the same name by director Brian De Palma.
Mhm.
Elizabeth was portrayed by actress Mia Kirshner. Both in Elroy's both Elroy's novel and the film adaptation bear little relation to the facts of the case.
Yeah.
Um, Elizabeth is also portrayed in heavily fictionalized accounts by Lucy Arnaz. Do you know who Lucy Arnaz is?
I I think I do.
Lucy Arnaz is Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz's daughter. I Love
Oh, okay.
Lucy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Lucy Arnaz in the 1975 television film Who is the Black Dahlia by
Huh.
Jessica Nelson. In season 4, episode 13 of Hunter and by Mina Suvari in the series American Horror Story in 2011,
Yeah.
featuring Elizabeth in the plotline of the episode Spooky Little Girl, and again in 2018 with a return to Murder House.
Yeah.
The Black Dahlia, Elizabeth Short's murder, is still unsolved to this day.
What a whole sin.
It'll never be
There
solved.
No, it won't, unfortunately.
Yeah, it'll
There
never be solved.
really is a lot. I'm looking
There's a
at
lot to this case, dude.
yeah.
Like, when I started researching this, it took me quite a while to research this too. I read numerous like FBI files,
Yeah.
like Wikipedia. I like there was a lot, and then I went back and referred to like the FBI files and kind of checkpoint and all this shit with this case, and it
Shit,
was
eh?
such a shit show by the LAPD that like fuck man, they're
Yeah.
corrupt as fuck too.
Yeah. What a
Like just the
sin.
handling of the evidence and all that shit
Everything
is
around
just
it. Yeah. They
it's I
I feel
can't
like they
even.
probably could have solved it,
They could
assholes.
have. They most definitely could have solved it, but they had to follow certain leads. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Follow a fucking lead until right to the end. And don't rely on a goddamn lie detector
Yeah,
test.
polygraph tests are not conclusive.
Like, how the fuck are you guys just going to rely? It's not admissible in court. Why would you think that it's like
Uh
reliable?
there's a Black Dahlia movie with
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett,
Yeah. Have you never seen it?
Scarlett Johansson, Aaron Eckhart, and Hilary Swank.
Jake Gyllenhaal's in it too, I think.
Oh, is he?
I think so.
I don't see that, but
I liked it, but at the end of the movie, like they find the killer.
oh
So,
yeah,
spoiler
they have to
alert.
give it some sort of like happy ending, right?
Yeah, but it's like this is not true. That's why with that movie, I was like trash.
Oh boo.
I think Robert Downey Jr. is in that movie.
Really?
I think so. Look,
For some
look that
reason I
up.
have a
Full
feeling I've
cast.
seen it, but
You
I
have definitely seen it because we watched it at McBride,
probably yeah.
right? So let's go full cast of the Black Dahlia. Black Dahlia film. Josh Hartnett, Scarlett Johansson. Well, maybe I was thinking of something else because I thought they were in that. Maybe not.
Mm,
Maybe not. False
might
news.
might
False
have
news.
to check this one out.
Yeah, because Maria Kirshner, she played Elizabeth Short,
Yeah.
right? But Hilary
Cool.
Swank's in it. Yeah, 2006. I remember this because I loved the fucking cover art.
Yeah.
The cover art
Yeah.
to that movie is fantastic.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's right up my alley.
And yet so sad.
Terrible.
Coming from a sad, fucked up place.
Yeah. Yeah, LA is the
Ugh.
fucking it's where you go and you know, either you make it or you don't.
Yeah.
That's why I'll never go to LA. I'm fucking way too scared.
Yeah, no, I'm
Well, I'll
good.
go to LA. I'm just not going to pursue anything,
No, yeah.
right?
Just visiting.
Just here to visit. I'm going to the Cecil. I'm going to the Biltmore.
Oh
Oh
yeah, I would
no,
go
the
to the
Cecil.
Cecil.
the Cecil's on Skid Row though. Like I don't know how I'm gonna feel about going to that part of town.
I
I'm a nervous fucking person.
was gonna
Like,
say you're such a vagina.
go fuck yourself.
You look at it from the outside, but I
I
highly
walked
doubt you would
around New
stay in
York
there.
City. I walked around New York City at like 1 in the morning,
Oh my god,
drunk off my ass.
you're such a rebel.
Well, then, no, it's not about being a rebel. Bitch, you go there and you tell me what the fuck you think. Because you'd be like, what the fuck? This place is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so suck my balls. You have no idea. Right? But I would go
Uh,
to LA, but, and you know what? I would probably go to where she was found.
yeah.
I
I
probably would.
yeah, you and I would yeah, we're that type.
Yeah, totally. And you know what? Like Mikey's coming around to that more because I feel bad that sometimes I want to pull him around to like certain places and stuff. Like we when we went to Boston, we went to like graveyards,
Yeah. Well, that's
right?
what
And
I
I'm
would do
like,
too though.
yes, but I feel bad for dragging Mikey to places like that, you know. But as long as we go
Yeah.
to some sports arenas and we get to do what he wants to do
Then he's
too,
happy. Yeah.
we're going to graveyards with your wife.
Yeah.
I love shit like that,
Oh, me too.
you
Me
know. So
too.
I would
Uh
definitely go to where her body was found.
no, I definitely would too. Just be
Yeah.
standing outside of someone's house like a fucking creeper.
I'll be like, hey, I'm just seeing where the Black
Big
Dahlia was
fan.
found.
Just a
Fan of your
fan.
property, you know.
Don't mind me. I'm gonna take
'Cause
pictures of your house now.
I just want to see where a woman was cut in half and her fucking face was slit open. But
Like a fucking sicko.
yeah, please don't haunt me, Elizabeth Short. I admire you, and I'm so sorry for the way you were killed,
Yep.
or not even killed. I'm sorry for the way you died because you
Yeah.
shouldn't have been killed.
Yeah.
So, anywho,
Okay. Well, that's the story. Now, do we want to discuss some exciting news or
are we
what do you think?
exciting? What's exciting news?
We don't know what exciting news is.
We do, but I don't know what you're talking about. I got a few exciting newses.
Newses? You got some exciting newses?
Sarah, whiskey is still on my brain. Fuck.
Um,
I had like 10 fucking double whiskey gingers last night, dude.
oh,
Go ahead.
dear God. Okay. So, um, I believe you had written a certain podcast an email.
The best fucking podcast I've ever listened to in my life. Yeah,
So
them.
maybe we should give them a quick shout out because
Yeah, they are
they
my
are,
favorite podcast, and I admire Nick and Rob so much. It's the Brohio podcast.
yes,
And I've been listening to them for a few years, 2 or 3 years now. I've been listening to them. I've listened to their whole catalog maybe 2 or 3 times at least.
yeah, yeah,
At
they're pretty
least.
funny. They're
They're
dirty as shit,
fucking
but
hilarious and my type of humor. Dude, I'm at work. I work in long term care. And when I'm listening to them, I am fucking laughing my ass off to the point where I'm almost pissing myself. But I can't
yeah,
laugh too loud. So I'm like trying so hard not to laugh. But they
yeah,
said they're gonna play our promo. So
yeah,
I I
and
I emailed Nick and Rob and I said, "Hey guys, like huge fan and I am part of the closed group that you guys have and I post regularly on there, very dirty, crazy things that I'm not going to talk about because some of them are really dirty. And I wrote them and I said, like me and my sister do a podcast, and if you guys can play our promo on air, we would love that. And they said, hell yeah, send it over and post your shit on the page. So I went, awesome.
wh-
So we made a
which
promo and we sent it over.
yeah, which I think they're probably gonna play by tomorrow, right?
Well, I think they record tomorrow and they'll release it in a few days. But
Ah, gotcha.
they're two dads. They both have 3 kids each. Like
Yeah,
as fans of their show, like we the fans understand that sometimes like life kind of, so they
yeah,
sometimes don't release until like Thursday, but I don't
yeah.
care. I check every fucking day and when I see a new episode pop up, I listen to that shit
Hell
right
yeah.
away. Download it and play.
Yeah. They're pretty
It's
cool guys. I like
awesome.
them.
Yeah, they are so down to earth, very very nice guys, but they're funny and I love their show. Completely love it. My favorite podcast.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
So,
Other than that, uh, if you'd like, you can also listen to us on YouTube,
hmm
obviously Spotify,
hmm
Apple, Apple
podcast,
Podcast,
Amazon, Audible.
Amazon, Audible, all that good shit. We're on Instagram. I have a Facebook page. So come
hmm
check us out.
Yep, give us a listen. Keep listening.
If you have any suggestions,
Yep,
definitely open to suggestions.
you
Although there
can
is a
email. You can
yep,
email us at necromancypodcast@gmail.com. We can take suggestions there. That'd be great.
yep. Although there is quite the array of categories that we could choose from, and I'm sure years worth of stories that we could
Oh yeah,
tell. But we want to know what you want to hear.
yeah.
So
Let us know.
suggestions are always welcome.
Always welcome. Like if you
Yeah.
guys want to hear a particular case, I am have
Let me know.
no worries about researching it and doing the best I can at it.
Yep.
Please, the only thing is next time that we do this, I am not going to record the day after I got shit faced downtown Toronto watching belly dancers and playing pool. So,
Yep.
oh,
What did you learn?
god damn, this is why I don't drink a lot, dude, because I am a fucking shit show the next day. It's whole write off all day, and that's mid 30s. I'm in my mid 30s.
Yep.
I am. So I can't drink like I used to, but I fucking downed them last night. And my sister in law was like, girl, how are you keeping that down? I'm like, hey, I have Irish blood, man.
Yeah, you do.
I can drink whiskey like nobody's business and I keep it down. I don't get shit faced. I don't think I've ever puked off whiskey.
Really?
Never. I've never puked. Dude, I had 10 fucking whiskey gingers doubles last night and I was
Oh,
fine. I walked outside, got up the stairs. I was fine. No problem.
Jesus. Yeah, that
But
turned my
vodka,
stomach a little bit. Oh,
yeah, and trust me, when Joe, Liz's boyfriend, was like, "Hey, what about hair of the dog this morning?" I fucking turned
nope.
green.
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh,"
absolutely not.
because I
No,
got
no.
whiskey in my closet, and I was like, when I was cleaning the salon today, I opened up my closet. I'm like, "Ugh." Like,
Gross.
no, I can't. I can't even
I
look at it
can
right now.
never understand that. That is the last thing that I want the next morning when I'm hungover
Ugh,
is more alcohol. I
I don't
would
know how
just
people do it.
I don't understand it. No, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I don't want
So,
alcohol for a long time now. I could probably still, and I've brushed my teeth last night and this morning. I can still fucking breathe whiskey.
yeah, it's seeping through your fucking pores.
Oh, is it ever, dude? It's like, oh, it's just, ugh.
Gross.
I'm having a hard time today.
Well, go get some sleep, girlfriend.
Like, I still have black eyeliner fucking down my face. Like,
You
oh well,
funny.
whatever.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up for the night and
Yep,
we'll be seeing you guys next Sunday.
for sure, yo.
All right. Have a good night.
Love you.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.